Jai Jai Shri Sudarshan everyone. So today we are starting a new chapter of class 8, namely microorganisms, friends of foes. So with our inquisitive minds, let's know about this chapter.
So these are the topics to be covered today.
So first of all, let us see what are the microorganisms and how were they known to the world. Introduction of microorganisms. The small living organisms which can't be seen by our naked eyes are called microorganisms, and their study is called microbiology. They can easily be seen through an optical instrument called microscope. The discovery of microorganisms was possible due to invention of the microscope. The first person who established the existence of bacteria is Anton von Leeuwenhoek. As years passed, modern microscopes and other new techniques have established, leading to know more about microorganisms. Let us see.
So now we are going to see what are the main types in microorganisms. About and types of microorganisms. The oldest forms of on life on the earth are microorganisms. Some varieties of microorganisms have existed for millions of years. They affect us in many ways. On the basis of microorganisms, they can be mainly divided into four groups, namely bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and some algae.
Do you know, friends, that bacteria have different names on the basis of their shapes, like rod-shaped are bacilli, comma-shaped vibrio, sphere-shaped cocci, spiral-shaped spirilla. For example, lactobacillus is rod-shaped, staphylococcus is sphere-shaped, vibrio cholera is comma-shaped, etc. Examples of types of microorganisms. Bacteria, Staphylococcus unicellular, Vibrio cholera unicellular. Fungi, bread mold multicellular, yeast unicellular. Protozoans, Paramecium unicellular, Amoeba unicellular. Algae, Chlorella unicellular, Spirogyra multicellular.
Now we are going to see about the fifth microorganism, which is different from the other four. So let's see who is it and what is different in it. Virus, a unique microorganism. Viruses are also a microorganism which exhibits characteristics of both living organisms and non-living things. Till when they are not in the contact with the host cell, they are non-living like salt and sugar. They can also be crystallized and stored in jars for years. But when they come in contact with a living organism, they infect the cell quickly and multiply inside it. Therefore, they are said to be on the borderline between living and non-living entities.
So till now we saw about the five types of microorganism. But a question arises that where do these microorganisms live? Where are they found? So let us see, where do microorganisms live? Microorganisms are found in all kinds of environment, in ice cold, in hot springs, in dry, marshy or saline areas. And you know what? Your mobile phone contains 1400% more bacteria than your bathroom toilet. As some of them need oxygen for their growth, they are found in soil, on ocean floor, high in the atmosphere, and deep inside the rocks within the crust. Microorganisms are also found in the human body and other plants and animals. Our mouth, nose, and alimentary canal are all inhabited by a large number of microorganisms. But how? Microorganisms are found in all kinds of environment because their outer covering called cyst, which helps a microorganism to survive in unfavorable conditions. Did you know, friends? Extremophiles are microorganisms which have adapted themselves so that they can survive and thrive in conditions that are normally fatal to most life forms. And hyperthermophiles can live even at temperatures 80 degrees Celsius to 120 degrees Celsius. Hypoliths live inside rocks in cold deserts, and cryophiles grow at temperatures 50 degrees Celsius and lower to this.
Microorganisms are an important part of our life. They play so many important roles. So let us gain its knowledge. Role of microorganisms in our life. Several number of roles are played by microorganisms in our life as well as overall environment. They help us in many ways. For example, decomposition process, maintaining biogeochemical cycles like carbon and nitrogen cycles. However, some of them are harmful because they do the spoilage of food and cause diseases to living organisms.
Microbial population. When our body is in normal temperature, it houses a large number of microorganisms, but they are to be kept in balance and are harmless and also important for our body as they form essential systems that help our body.
Now we will see detailed information about how microorganisms help us. Microorganisms as our friends. Uses in food, curd and cheese formation. A bacterium named Lactobacillus helps in the formation of curd. At favorable conditions, it gets multiplied in milk and converts it into curd. Some bacteria and fungi are also included in the process of curd making. Fermentation process in bakery. Fungi like yeast reproduce rapidly and produce carbon dioxide. When the gas is trapped in dough or batter, causes it to increase in volume and makes it fluffy and soft.
Alcoholic beverages. Several microorganisms are used in the manufacture of alcohol, wine, and acetic acid, which is found in vinegar. Yeast, which is a fungi, converts natural sugars present in cereals into alcohol, which is then used in the making of alcoholic beverages. Acetic acid is also produced in a similar way.
Sewage treatment. Sewage in industrial waste called effluent is biologically treated with the help of some bacteria. This process is known as bioaugmentation. Importance in human health. Microorganisms present in alimentary canal of some animals help in digestion of food. Bacteria in large intestine help in bowel movement.
Use of microorganisms is also in production of antibiotics. Antibiotics are chemicals which help in inhibiting the growth of harmful microorganisms by affecting life processes. Example, penicillin is an antibiotic derived from fungus Penicillium notatum. Streptomycin, tetracycline, and erythromycin are some antibiotics obtained from fungi and bacteria. In the treatment of microbial diseases, antibiotics are extremely effective, but antibiotics should be taken if advised by qualified doctors in a prescribed dosage and also in the advised duration of time. If the instructions are not followed, it can lead to future harms and may kill useful bacteria of the body.
When some microorganisms comes in our contact and enter our body, they recognize the special types of blood cells, and then these cells get stimulated to produce antibodies. These antibodies then help us to kill such diseases. When they enter again in our body, as our body recognizes the type of microorganism. This is to be called as immunity, which is a natural ability of an organism to have an inbuilt mechanism to resist and destroy the infection caused by the microorganism.
Immunity through vaccination. One of the most important way to build immunity is vaccination. Vaccines are a type of suspension of killed or weakened microorganisms. Most common method of administering vaccine is by inoculation, but some vaccines are also given orally. Use of microorganisms in agriculture. There are some types of bacteria and blue-green algae called cyanobacteria. They are called as biological nitrogen fixers as they fix atmospheric nitrogen into usable forms of salts of nitrogen for the plants. For example, Rhizobium lives in symbiotic relation with leguminous plants.
Production of energy or fuel by microorganisms. Sometimes when fermentation of sugar happens, ethanol is produced and methane in the biogas reactor. These are then used as fuels for producing energy, cleaning the environment. When an organism dies, it leaves behind nutrients and energy in the organic material that formed its body structure. and this is converted into carbon dioxide and nutrients by the decomposers. These nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, magnesium, etc. become a part of the soil, and this process results to the replenishment of the nutrients back to the ecosystem, thereby allowing the growth of plants.
Do you know, friends? Edward Jenner was the first person who pioneered the vaccination process. His discovery in 1796 of evacuation with cowpox gave immunity to smallpox was an immense medical breakthrough and saved countless people. Thus, today, smallpox is eradicated from the world.
Yes, because for many years he had heard the tales that dairymaid were protected from smallpox, naturally after having suffered from cowpox. Pondering this, Jenner concluded that cowpox not only protected against smallpox but also could be transmitted from one person to another as a deliberate mechanism of protection.
So we saw that microorganisms are helpful to us in many ways, but all microorganisms, as you know, are not helpful to us. Some do harm us in many ways. So let us see microorganisms as our foes. As we all know that there are some microorganisms which are harmful in different ways. For example, they cause diseases in living organisms. These disease causing organisms are called pathogens. Microorganisms also spoil foods. Their growth on leather and clothes have an adverse effect on quality of clothes and leather. And as a fun fact, carrier of these pathogens are known as vectors. Growth of bacteria in mouth due to lodging of food in between our teeth makes bacteria produce acids which corrode the tooth enamel and cause cavities.
Microorganisms causing diseases in humans. Several types of microorganisms come in contact with us during our lifetime. Some organisms, when come in our contact, they invade our body and multiply inside it rapidly. They release some harmful material called toxins. These toxins then affect our body, making us ill or sick.
Diseases which can spread from an infected person to a healthy person are known as communicable diseases. These diseases spread from one person to another through air, water, food, physical contact, or insects.
In some diseases like tuberculosis and pneumonia, when a patient sneezes or coughs, some droplets carrying germs are released in the air. These can cause to infect a healthy person if being inhaled.
If contaminated food is consumed, it can cause diseases like cholera, typhoid, or hepatitis. Some insects like female Anopheles and Aedes mosquito and rat flea spread malaria, dengue, and plague respectively. Direct or indirect contact with a patient can cause common cold and conjunctivitis. Infectious diseases caused by microorganisms. Modes of transmission of pathogens. Prevention of diseases. Microorganisms causing diseases in animals. Microorganisms causing diseases in plants.
Food poisoning. Seeing the name, we can say that it is a disease caused if the contaminated food is consumed. There are several symptoms of food poisoning. Example, vomiting, nausea, severe pain in abdominal region, dehydration, etc. These may result to cause weakness, fatigue, and damage to the nervous system.
The reason behind the rise of symptoms is the presence of harmful bacteria or any other microbes in the food, or may also be due to the ingestion of toxins contained in food, including those produced by bacteria. Some examples of microbes which cause food poisoning are E. coli and norovirus.
Prevention of food poisoning can be done by proper preparation and storage of food. If the food is left unrefrigerated for long period of time can cause an increase of microbes in the food and its contamination.
Prevention of food. Food prevention is the process of treating and handling of food to stop or greatly slow down the spoilage, loss of quality, edibility, or nutritive value caused or accelerated by microorganisms.
This involves two things. First is the preservation of the growth of bacteria, fungi, and other microbes. Second, retarding the oxidation of fats which cause disagreeable odor or taste due to the decomposition of oil or fats, namely rancidity. Now, let us all see the 9 methods used for food preservation.
Food preservation, 9 methods. First, drying, then preservation using sugar and salt, preservation using acetic acid, preservation using chemical preservatives, heat and cold treatments, pasteurization, vacuum packing, canning, and at last freezing.
Drying. This method reduces water content of food by drying or desiccating it, which results in the prevention or delaying of bacterial growth. Reduction of weight is also done, making food more portable in this process. Some common foodstuffs that are preserved with this method are apples, pears, bananas, mangoes, papaya, apricot, and coconut. Wheat, maize, oat, barley, rice, millet, and rye are some cereals which have this method as normal preservation.
Preservation using sugar and salt. Here also sugar and salt are used to reduce the water content and make it unavailable for microbes. This results into food preservation. Some examples in which this process is used are checking bacterial growth on meat and fish by covering it with salt, addition of specific quantity of salts in some pickles, preserving jams and jellies by addition of sugar.
Preservation using acetic acid. Many pickle products are manufactured using acetic acid, vinegar, because it is also able to stop the growth of microorganisms. Some different acids like citric acid and phosphoric acid are also used for flavoring and prevention of fruit drinks and beverages.
Preservation using chemical preservatives. Sodium benzoate and potassium metabisulfate are the two examples of chemical preservatives used to preserve jams, jellies, and pickles, as these chemicals inhibit the growth of microorganisms. Heat and cold treatments. As we know, boiling kills many microorganisms. We boil milk before use or storage. Various food items are preserved in refrigerator so that the low temperature won't give a suitable environment for microbes and may kill or inhibit the growth of microorganisms.
Pasteurization. This process involves pasteurized heating of food items for a short period of time. It may be considered as a mild heat treatment. 212 degrees Fahrenheit, 100 degrees Celsius below temperature is used during the process. Example, milk is pasteurized to destroy microorganisms. But in this process, all microorganisms are not killed as many of them are heat resistant. Therefore, after pasteurization, milk should be refrigerated to inhibit growth of microbes.
Vacuum packing. In this process, especially food is stored in airtight bags, bottles, so that it will not provide oxygen which is needed by the organisms to survive and lead them to die. Usually, nuts are stored using vacuum packing. This process also helps in reducing of loss of flavor which happens due to oxidation.
Canning. It contains the storage of foods, sealing in a sterile cans or jars, and then boiling of containers to kill or weaken any remaining microbes. But it has a risk of spoilage of food once the can or bottle is opened. Sometimes cans get puffed and enlarged, This marks the spoilation of food, and thus food in these puffed or enlarged cans must never be consumed.
Freezing. As we all know that when food is kept in refrigerator, it kills microorganisms or inhibit their growth. And when foods are kept below freezing temperatures, most chemical changes take place at such a reduced rate that only minor changes are noticeable even after long periods of storage. But if the food is thawed, a large number of microorganisms get revitalized.
Now it is quiz time. So now let's start the quiz. 3, 2, 1 and start. Microorganisms, friends or foes? 3, 2, 1, go. Question 1. There are mainly how many types of microorganisms? Mainly. Okay, 4 correct answers. And Rupangshu at first place. Next. Which microorganisms helps in the formation of curd? Okay, 5 correct answers. Again Rupangshu at first place. Protozoans can exhibit the characteristics of both living and non-living things. True and false. True or false? Okay. Next question. Microorganisms are found in almost all kinds of environment due to their outer covering called dash. Okay, correct. Next question. Alimentary canal does not include dash. Next. Vibrio cholera is an example of bacteria. True or false? Okay, next question. Diseases which can spread from an infected person to a healthy person is called dash. Okay, all correct answers. Okay, next question. Rupangshu with highest trick answers. Microorganisms which cause disease are called dash. Okay, 4 correct answers. Next question. Which of the following is not an example of preservation? Okay, 4 correct answers. Now next question, true or false? Study of microorganism is known as bioaugmentation. Okay, correct answers. All correct answers. So identify the type of preservation in following image. Okay, fast, 5 answers. Oh, 4 correct answers. Next, let's see the next question. Which of the following is a plant disease related to the bacteria? See the picture and identify. Okay, 2 correct answers. And Rupangshu has the highest answer streak. Cholera is caused by dash. Oh, 4 correct answers. So let's move to the next question. Which of the following is not unicellular? Oh, two correct answers. So next, this equation is of fermentation, true or false? Oh, five correct answers. Okay. Next question. Name the type of microorganism. Okay, all correct answers. Next question. Who pioneered the vaccination process? Edward Jenner, Hans Christian Oersted, Anton van Leeuwenhoek, or none of these? Okay, three correct answers. Next question. Cyanobacteria is a biological nitrogen fixer. True or false? Okay. All correct answers. Atish has a streak with six correct answers. Okay. Identify the thing shown in image. Okay, all correct answers. Next question, and this is the last question. Ability of an organism to resist an infection is called dash. Okay, all correct answers. Let's see the podium. Third, Ishita. Okay. Second, Arya. And first, Rupangshu. Wow. Oh, fourth, Atish, and fifth, Shravani. Very nice. Okay, so thank you everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.